runs per over. Everything is more than that, so that is a very, very long day.
Yeah, they're pegged back by the absence of Amy Maguire. Picked up 3 wickets in that first match. Unavailable for the remaining 2 games. Wasn't selected even though there was an option. Not the easiest for a younger player to take the reasons for that, but it's still early days for her in international cricket, and once she can improve, make corrective measures, certainly will be an asset to this lineup.
Is new to off spin to left arm in. Used to bowl left arm seam, swung the ball back in, but such is the prevalence of spin in particular, but left arm spin, so she's asked to change, and it's been fruitful. Maybe we all know bowling actions change over time, so she just needs to change it again. Well done by Christina Coulter-Riley to get something behind that. That was very wide down leg side. Well, Smriti Mandana, we've spoken about how brilliant she is in form. She'll be looking for the 3 figures. 97. She'll look to go past the highest score in the series so far as well. That was Jemima Rodriguez. It's okay. I'm allowed to say these things as I'm from Ireland. So 97 not out from 68. So at a really impressive rate as well.
The manner in which she's batting today, or the focus on the shots that she's offered, Smriti Mandana, that is not just about getting a milestone or getting the score, crossing someone. I think she's just trying to test herself out there. The kind of form that I've been in the last year, where she amassed 747 runs to the year, the way she started. To be fair, even if there are not so many testing deliveries, barring one opportunity, it's about identifying if she can press the pedal a bit more, just like Pratika Rawal has done over here. A boundary on the onside, adding to that total for India.
Another fine tickle here. Pratika Rawal not going to miss out. Anything on leg stump or outside. Such good wrists. And even though there is a short fine in position, she plays it finer than that fielder with such ease.
You can see what Alana Dalzell's trying to do. She's trying to bowl right up under the eyes of Rawal, but it's supposed to be on the stump. It's not on leg stump. So it just shows that small margins for error. Fortunately, Ireland have been erring a good bit. 2 players are difficult to bowl to, and we've seen that because of the wagon wheels we've been able to look at. They score all around the ground.
Yes, they've been impressive. Both these batters have been extremely consistent. Dot to finish the over, 188 without loss. Might want to come back for the second. There's an opportunity. Fastest ever 100 for India, coming from Smriti Mandana. A 10th century to her. What a year she's had in 2024. What a way she started in 2025.
just keeps getting better, and what a way to bring it about. Her classical shot through extra cover. So fitting for her first century of 2025. We kept on thinking every match that she would get there, but it's taken the third one from just 70 deliveries and done with her consummate elegance.
It started with a 41 this series, and 2025 has gotten better with each passing game, 40, 70, and now getting to that three-figure mark. As you mentioned, first of this year. Absolutely brilliant, and smiles all around in the dressing room.
We always talk about consistency at the international level and getting better of your previous performances. Pratika Rawal is definitely one of those players to watch out for, but the one at the other end, Smriti Mandhana, 71 deliveries for her 101, and 70 deliveries she got to 100, which is about to you play your position, and those numbers certainly indicate a story.
And decent conversion rate, 30 50s, 10 hundreds.
It's just a continuation from where she left. It's an area which has been preferred by Smriti Mandhana today, and it's an area which has been giving her enough of plight and happiness.
5th, 6th for her today. Usually more boundaries, more fours, but this time, today she's gone aerial. The highest number of maximums Smriti Mandhana has hit in an innings already. And a little bit of a misfield there on the boundary allows a 4 as well. And India get past 200. 24 overs gone, 202 without loss.
Definitely something that Ireland could have done without. Another misfield on the boundary, and I think maybe just some frayed thinking far too high up before she approached that ball, Alana Dalzell.
The score that the Indian team will be extremely pleased at, getting to that halfway mark as Orla Prendergast returns to bowl 3 expensive overs. It's just been one person who's taken the attack to the opposition, who's already got to 100, Smriti Mandhana. Kind of sixes we've seen from her bat, the kind of maximums, 5 of them so far. She's never ever hit 5. In fact, no one in the team has hit 5 maximums in one single game. It's not done yet.
Beats the extra cover fielder. Pratika Rawal, elegant as ever, with that cover drive, and finds another boundary.
What a privilege for Pratika Rawal to learn under the tutelage of the woman down the other end, Smriti Mandhana, that she has her own game. She's so brilliant through the offside, and well, while Ireland are worrying about Mandhana down the other end, Pratika Rawal is accumulating nicely.
feeling one gets by looking at Pratika Rawal right now is that in the last 3 or 4 deliveries, you feel that she's trying to hit the ball too hard. She's trying to muscle it through that offside region. There have been a couple which have landed slightly short of either the extra cover fielder or the mid-off fielder, losing her shape in the bargain.
Maybe she's seen the 3 figures being got to down the other end and thinks, my turn. So she's been waiting for Smriti Mandhana to get to the 3 figures, and now maybe she's going to try and accelerate.
And sometimes you just need to tell yourself, let me not match stroke to stroke, let me just go around and play my own game at my own end and start again. Because there can be an opportunity where you, without realizing, fall into a bad habit, or sometimes try to do an extra bit which is not really required.
And this pair, they've done that well at different times, not just today, but so far in their 6 innings. Ebb and flow, according to the situation. At times Smriti has been the aggressor, at times Pratika the aggressor.
Top stuff this, yet again from Smriti Mandhana.
Taking on that fielder as well. It was a long on, in position, but went straighter. Usually she goes where there is no fielder, but this time, taking them on and finding success yet again.
Well, she's got to 100 at such quick time. I think she just trusts to her power and her timing.
And again, won't get to the boundary as a maximum, but it can, just can, beat the fielder for a 4 in the bargain. Expensive over, 217 without loss.
She said they're gonna bat first and started off with a bang. She's been in a mood. She's pressed the pedal to the metal. Just gone from strength to strength and plenty of maximums. Absolutely brilliant. A stamp of authority from Smriti Mandhana. Slightly different wagon wheel today for her. A lot of leg side shots. You see those maximums. So the bowlers have also had to try to adapt, because normally you think offside game, but today she's taken them more to the leg side.
Most runs, the Naman most runs is 2024, 2025. It's still early on. Wow, have a look at that. Amazing. Smriti Mandhana right at the top. Well, you're wondering who could come on for Ireland, because it looks like all of the bowlers struggling today. Laura Delaney. Well, this is the last ball. So unlucky. It's one of those days. Arlene Kelly did well, dived for it and found her own boot. She looks to get it back in off the boundary, but unfortunately for her, she found the laces of her right foot. And Laura Delaney, so important in terms of bowling for Ireland, and usually would bowl 10 overs every single game. Wicket taker as well, usually bowls at the death. She's the person that, certainly when I was captain, when you looked around and you're wondering who could you throw the ball to, she was it. Even when we had Kim Garth in the team, that was the case. So hopefully that was a little wobble in game 1, but
And then you let her go. That's Kim Garth I'm talking about, who's not in this list, of course. Laura Delaney is the new bowler, who did bowl in the first one-day international, but didn't complete her quota, was bowling with an injured hand. Expensive. And then you let Kim Garth go.
Yeah, I said off you go, Kim. And it wasn't a case of letting go. It was, I think, Kim always wanted to play professionally, as we all did growing up. That wasn't an option for certainly for my generation. She was probably the last to leave, and unfortunately when contracts came in, she was already pretty much settled in Australia. Had those brilliant rookie years playing WBBL for the Sixers, where she got to play with Elise Perry and Elisa Healy. And yeah, I think that was the kind of story of the tale. They saw when they had a good thing, they wouldn't let her go.
Just add one more to that list of the maximums that have come out of Smriti Mandhana's bat today.
That was a good ball from Laura Delaney on the stumps, but Smriti Mandhana just dismissing it yet again from her presence. Gets into a great position and climbs into it. Here's that front leg and unleashes.
Yeah, not a bad ball by any stretch. If you had to criticise, maybe a tiny bit wide. Keeps it tight. Mandhana looks to it down. Ava Canning thought she was in with a chance there, but even the miss hits coming off for Smriti Mandhana today. When it's your day, you got to make hay. 226 for none after 26.
Who's ready to come in and bat next? Massive question. If you're in that batting order, in that dressing room, who's padded up for the longest period?
All nine Indian batters to come padded up, jostling to come out and have a go on this pitch. Well, the sixes have been a big difference for Smriti Mandhana. Slightly outside off stump, if you can have any criticism of Laura Delaney.
A few things that they've possibly looked at this six and said that what are the areas that we like to cover the ground? What are the areas that we like to be more consistent in bowling? Which side of it? The way that Smriti Mandhana has played those shots, it's not a lot of square of the wicket, it's a lot straighter down the ground. The surface is very much conducive for stroke play, and what she's done best in this innings is the fact that she has just timed the ball.
I was just going to ask, is anyone going to bowl around the wicket to Smriti Mandhana? Maybe try and cramp her up, and as if on cue, Orla Prendergast round the wicket. Mid off, mid on, inside the ring. She strengthened up square leg, fine leg is out. It's quite a straight cover, so the gap is in front of point.
Length was the key, and Orla Prendergast just got that completely wrong.
She moves well inside the line of the ball. And then just helps it along. Nice swivel, nice pivot. Well in control of that shot. And although there are three fielders on the leg side there, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, fine leg, she still bisects that field.
Yeah, well, the problem with this field is with the women's game only having 4 out, you're almost telling the batter what you have to bowl. Third inside, and quite a wide third as well. You can see point and third close together because they know how good Smriti Mandhana is at guiding the ball through that area. So she has to bowl straight, and if she gets full, she's worried about mid off, mid on, so she's changed it. Fine leg coming in, long on going back. Allows her to bowl that fuller length.
Good work on the line. The batters come back for a second run. The placement as well. When you look at Smriti Mandhana and her batting today, a lot of the sixes that she's scored, which have gone towards long gone, were just wider. A lot of those balls normally she just knocked down the ground for a single. But she's cleared that front leg and allowed the bat swing to come through and taken it over the ropes.
The first real happy moment for the Irish girls. Seeing the back of Smriti Mandhana. A sharp catch, nicely taken at short fine leg, and all up Prendergast has the first wicket.
One short of her highest score, Smriti Mandhana, and a poor delivery, it has to be said, down leg side. It seems like the only way Ireland were going to get her out today was a bit of luck. And lucky Ava Canning, one of the taller players, in the right place. They just brought her in, and maybe that's why Smriti Mandhana felt like she could take her on, but didn't get the elevation. Well, they've been waiting for something to smile about for a very long time, this Ireland side, but what a privilege it's been to watch Smriti Mandhana go about this 135 from just 80 deliveries, strike rate 169. India 233 for 1.
Smriti Mandhana, 135 to her name. India 233, and Richa Ghosh, who's not had a lot of batting to do in this series so far, has been promoted up the order ahead of Harleen Diol. So now we know who was ready to come into bat.
We know who won the race anyway.
This is why Richa Ghosh is out there now against the run of play. A bit of luck, but a good catch there from Ava Canning. She had to move to her left and held on to it. It was traveling at pace. But what an innings from Smriti Mandhana, leading from the front. Her first century of 2025. .233 for 1. Change in the batting order because of the start India's gotten. Just about halfway stage, 233 for 1.
Richa Ghosh, we're used to seeing her come in the middle order. Gets an opportunity at 3. Laura Delaney, well, she came on to bowl in the last over. We were happy to see her. She won't be happy to see that. 4 more. Too easy that from Pratik Agarwal. Just had to follow the ball around.
Well-controlled paddle from Rawal. It's very good leg side. She doesn't miss out. It just has to help it along. And that's what she does.
And she'll be thinking as well of her 3-figure mark. Pratik Agarwal has had good outings, 89 and 67 in the first 2 games. She'll be aware of Richa Ghosh, who's walked in at number 3 to construct an innings. But what is it on her own end? How can she manage to get to that first 100 of hers? It's a massive difference. Izzy and Shivani, you would agree. Between a 70 and 100 and an 80 and 100, it's a massive difference for a batter.
Well, there's no stats to say how many 80s you got, are there? It's all about 50s and 100s, and in T20, to be fair, 30s as well. I think what we're seeing is her deciding, look, I can go down the gears again. Going at the ball, as you said, Anjum, too hard hasn't really worked for her in the last few overs. I think she was kind of getting swept up in the Smriti Mandhana hitting phase, but now there's a new partnership to cultivate. Maybe she'll just knock the ball around. She knows Richa Ghosh won't be hanging around for too long, so scoring rate's not an issue.
There's plenty of time left in this innings as well. It's only the 28th over, and Pratika Rawal is striking at better than run a ball as well. She hasn't played slowly at all. It's just that Smriti Mandhana was absolutely brilliant. 169 strike rate today.
Well, it's amazing, just a wicket sometimes means that for just an over or two, batters start to find the fielders. So Ireland have had a few balls, won that one to Orla Prendergast, an earlier one to Gabby Lewis, whereas before it seemed that all there was gaps.
The second ball down leg side. The first one, of course, Pratika Rawal paddling it, but this time Richa Ghosh missing out.
Just looks a little bit stiff in her action, Laura Delaney. Not quite finishing it off. She'll want to finish the over off this time. Just going at it too hard there, Richa Ghosh. A dot to finish it out. 28 gone. 239 for one, India.
Yes, 7 bowlers been used so far. The only wicket that has fallen, that's form of Smriti Mandhana. Prendergast, a tad bit expensive. Dempsey starts off with another wide, so that's wide number 13th of the innings. Mid-off, mid-on inside the circle. Yeah, just looking at that wicket of Smriti Mandhana, if you look at that field, was a little different. Mid-on was sent back, fine leg brought inside the circle. Because if you look at the number of sixes that she's hit, 7 of them in total, most of them were in that region. And then the field was changed, mid-on sent back, and this is what happened then, the next ball. Got the toe end of the bat, not really the middle. The idea was to play over the infield, but unfortunately only found Eva Koenig. And Smriti was looking extremely good again. 135 or just 80. It seemed like with the WPL around the corner, she was getting ready for it. Under edge. Gets off the mark after 5 deliveries, Richa. And it's good to see Richa coming up the order. Got the overs to kind of build an innings. More often than not, her role is very, very different to finish off innings.
I think in that Indian batting order, Richa is the only one who didn't get a 50, though she had 2 outings. the last 2 ODIs, but hardly few balls. This is a good opportunity for her to set her eye in, to build an innings again, to get some runs.
But that's how she bats. Doesn't matter how many overs are left. She's going to bat her own way. Over mid-off for a boundary.
And I think that's how she should bat as well, because she's a good striker of the cricket ball. And a good foundation has been set by the openers. The pitch is good for batting. Good flourish straight away from Richa Ghosh.
A powerful hitter. Match winner for sure. Will adjust it. Saw her coming out of a crease. That bit shorter. 247 for 1 Indian after 29 overs. It's time for a drinks break. First this calendar year, 4 in 2024, and started off the year with another magnificent knock of 138.
Playing a lot of shots over the infield and clearing the boundary on quite a few occasions as well. What she's done of late is that she's developed her onside play.
Yeah, 7 sixes. Apart from, I guess, Sargent, everyone has gone for plenty. Dempsey has been actually another bowler who's been rather miserly, comparatively speaking. It has been a tough day for the skipper, Gabby Lewis. Finally, a breakthrough. Prendergast, the bowler, two end of the bat, didn't get the elevation and most importantly, the distance. A good catch in the end for Eva Koenig. Yeah, another 100, number 10. It just seemed from the first ball itself that she wanted to bat differently this innings, Smriti. want to be a lot more aggressive with her stroke play. And so she was, 7 sixes. That's not something that you see very often in women's ODI. A kind of stroke play from Smriti that we saw this morning.
I think yes, she came with a different template to the usual one, how she starts her innings. I think she wanted to continue from where she left the previous game. And the way she has played those shots, which she cleared the boundary, each time she was only pushing the distance.
Oh, that's a very good looking shot. Technically so sound.
That boundary brings up the 250 of the Indian innings. And Richa Ghosh is dangerous because she can play shots like this, where the odds are in her favor, straight down the ground. And in a different situation, the same deliveries, she might whip it over mid-wicket. And that's why she's so dangerous.
Actually, her highest total or highest innings, 96 against Australia, came at number 3. It's another big opportunity for this youngster. What an amazing talent, Richa. Going back to Smriti's sixes, obviously something that you mentioned, WV, her opening up the onside field, but the sixes, if you look at the distances, they're pretty long sixes. 66 was the shortest of the sixes.
That's because she does transfer her upper body in front and then, extends the bat, which is why she's not only getting control over the shot, she's also getting the distance. Otherwise, she would have the weight on her back leg, which meant the angles were different when she was looking to go over the top. In those instances, she would get more elevation than distance when the weight was more on the back leg. But here there's a bit of transfer onto the front foot, and as everybody can see, the results are totally different.
And something that you mentioned earlier on, Mithali, as well, is her head position. That's something that we keep emphasizing on, is holding on to that shape for longer, making sure you don't move your head. And again, these six are a great example of that. Strong base, body weight going through the head position, nice and still. And most importantly, that head actually looking at the point of impact, doesn't get up too early. Trying to hit those big sixes, there is a tendency of getting that head up early. That would kind of, makes you lose your shape a little early as well. Your front shoulder opens up. But with that head looking down on the ball at the point of impact, you kind of make sure that you don't lose that shape. Just brilliant batting. Really good ball hitting. Another misfield there. Gone for another single. 256 for 1 after 30. The 27 fours so far and 7 sixes. Oh wow. India's highest total in ODI cricket has been 370 that they got in the last game. Going by the projected score.
Take a pick, Mithali. 427 or 456.
Well, the way they are going, definitely the 456 is what I would want them to go. You have Richa for a longer duration, you might even end up seeing that.
One thing for sure, she's looking to muscle the ball here. She's hardly considering anything called a defensive push. Looks like the defense is the last option for her.
I wonder if that's even an option for her. I don't think that word exists in her vocabulary.
She's very severe on anything wide. And the power that she can generate at the last minute using her wrist is phenomenal.
This is also a really good move. You have Chemima, who got 100 in the last game. Harleen's look really good as well. Might as well promote a few of the lower order batters who haven't really got enough opportunity this series to come up the order and get some valuable batting time. Because as a team, the next assignment would only be good 4 or 5 months from now. So this is quite technically the last game as a team before the England series. Oh, again finds the fielder. There's a swag about her batting, isn't it? I mean, the last shot, the last delivery, it's quite literally stand and deliver from her.
I would say confidence bordering on arrogance.
Not necessarily bad. Finally finds the gap and a couple of runs.
Could also be when you're sitting out waiting for your turn, you see your captain play a range of shots. So you also sort of plan what sort of shots is good enough to fetch you runs, the way it is being played. Then to pick a couple of cues sitting out, and Richa Ghosh gets a boundary through backward point. End of over, India moves to 262 for 1.
Reaching out for it was Richa Ghosh. And back leg was going to a square leg, but didn't matter at all. The hands did the job for her. And I mentioned about her generating power with the use of wrist. That's exactly what she did there.
Very unique looking shot, that one. I've seen falling pull, falling sweep, not really falling cut.
Now you've seen it.
I've seen it all now. But that's what you get from players like Richa. Little unorthodox, extremely effective, and most importantly, extremely entertaining as well.
Yeah, entertaining, exciting batters just produce those kind of shots which you don't see from batters who are very orthodox in their style.
But yeah, someone like Richa can play that kind of an innings coming at number 3 is because the foundation laid by Pratika and Smriti. Yeah, 233 run partnership. There's some real good stroke play from both the batters, especially from Smriti. She got out for 35 of just 80, while Pratika, she's batting on 90 of 90. I'm sure she's extremely aware of how close she is now to that magical figure. She's batted well right through this series, right through her career. But that 3-figure mark has still evaded her. She's taking her time, making sure she doesn't make any mistake. Yeah, this partnership has been so good for India. The highest partnership, Poonam Rao, Deepthi, 320 run. Then it's you, 258. Your debut game. Izzy's debut game as well. And then Manjum. Oh, 233. So rather 223.
Deep, that reminds me that at one point I've opened for India as well.
Right, you and your memory.
It's taking you a week of prodding, is it, for you to remember, Mithali?
God, you know what? Maybe we should sit with her and take a go through all her records. But in the meantime, 6 to end the over. Richard's first. It seems like there might be a few more to come. 273 for 1.
Taking on the spinners, Richa Ghosh. Ospinner played with the turn. And she gets underneath that and clean as a whistle once again. Lovely swing of the bat.
Eight sixes so far. 7 off Smithy's bat, and then the last over. First from Richards. Nicely bowled. And this is definitely a very, very special talent against spin. Hitting those big, long sixes from the crease without stepping out. That just shows how powerful she is. From the crease, then step out, and it's 73 meters long. That is some really, really special hitting. Happy with that single. Goes to 93 now, Pratika.
She's got all the elements that make up a batter at the top of the order. Pratika Rahul. Very composed, good, reasonable technique. And she also knows what kind of shots that she can play repeatedly and successfully, which is very important. And she keeps out the good deliveries. Doesn't play premeditated shots at all, which is what is the key for her succeeding as consistently as she's done.
That's too fine. Why not go all the way to the boundary? You're off the pad, yes, off the pad.
I think Ireland bowlers now, when with 2 right-handers in the middle, should be able to bowl one particular line. I mean, Dempsey into a 7th over, you expect her to at least keep one side of the wicket.
Oh, nicely played. And the arrogance again, the swag again. Almost a no-look shot from Richa.
She can hit the ball powerfully, and she can play shots like that as well. deft touch from her on that occasion. Once again, the wrist coming into play. And the placement was absolutely spot on.
She quickly has now moved to 28 of 22. Top feeling from the captain.
From the way she plays those shots, the way she pushes at the ball, you would think it's just going to go slowly, but you see the fielder scurrying across the turf there. That's the kind of timing and power that she generates.
Should be 4 more. And so it is. A 50 partnership comes up. 284 for 1 after 33 overs, India.
Picking the line and swirling on her toes to find the gap behind square on the onside. Giving it direction as once again sped away to the boundary. So deceptive, the power that she generates.
Inching closer, Pratika. On strike, batting on 93. Freya Sargent. Bit of bounce, a bit of turn as well. 51-run partnership now between these two. 42 deliveries. Look at Richa. She's raced to 32. Another run gifted.
If at all they were to look back on how they went about during this series, they'll be disappointed with the way they've been on the field. Especially these kind of unforced errors, and also the number of wides that they bowled will definitely disappoint them.
It could also be difficult for Gary Lewis to have certain plans chalked out because the inconsistency in the line and length, and that's Smriti Mandhana. Look at this fielding. Yeah, you would want your fielders to support the bowler when they bowl good balls, decent balls. When you don't get that support, then the bowlers tend to shift their line. And they also sometimes, because of that, look very inconsistent.
Yeah, it does affect the temperament of the bowlers when they don't get enough support on the field. But there again, that's what this game is all about. You try and compensate for the lapses of the others if you can, and that's where temperament kicks in.
Yeah, this is a massive series if you think about it. Average age of 24, a lot of inexperience, especially playing in the subcontinent. First bilateral series for Ireland in India. Did play in Bangladesh end of last year, and I'm sure it's a massive experience, something that would only help this young lot. And 34 overs gone, 288 for 1. Talking about the average age, look at that. Only a couple of players in their 30s, that too early. Laura Delaney, 32. Arlene Kelly, 31. That's about it. And everyone else in their early 20s. And Freya Sargent, she's only 18. In fact, she's going for the Under-19 World Cup. The early 20s. This is how young this Irish playing 11 is. Add Maguire there as well, Amy Maguire, she's also under 9, she's also 18 I believe. the youngest. I tell you what, very, very impressive. Freya Sargent, the way it comes out of her hand, obviously with experience, she'll get that discipline, she'll get that control. She's been very, very good so far.
If this bunch of cricket is played together for the next couple of years, I think the other side should beware Ireland, because they're young, they've got the talent, and if they play together and gain experience, they can become a formidable force.
Yeah, you can see the basic ingredients in them while they're batting or bowling. It's there. It's just with experience and coaching. A thick outside edge. Richard gets away with that one. A little unfortunate for Eva Kenning.
Also, I think the more they play this format, they'll only get better, because there's nothing better than match practice. And I believe they don't play too many ODIs also. Along with a young team, the experience of playing ODI format is also relatively less. So the more they play this format, they get better. Yes, T20 is again a very different format.
Yeah, you're right, Mithali, because the sides from the subcontinent have come along nicely in the T20 format. They are not what they were some time ago. They've improved a lot. They've done well abroad. They've beaten the best of sides in the last couple of years. A lot of changes taken place, and we can see the same thing happening here in this format as well. When sides like Ireland play together and go on to make a mark, and that's nicely played away. Another ordinary effort at shot fine enables the ball to squeeze past to go to the boundary, and that boundary takes Raval to 99.
Plays it so late, she has so much time. She knows where the fielder is. Yes, you would expect that to be stopped. Pratika Raval on 99.
She's on 99 but doesn't seem too bothered. Calm as ever. There it is. Maiden ODI 100. A Pratika Raval, a superstar in the making. Her fifth in List A games, but her first in ODI cricket and international cricket, and first of many to come. The take a bow.
This is the culmination of a lot of years of hard work. She had to perform in the domestic circuit to get a place in the Indian side, and once she's got her opportunity, she's grabbed her opportunity with both hands, and after getting starts in the early innings, she's reached the three-figure mark of 100. A fantastic moment for her, and what a milestone to achieve so early in the international arena.
Yeah, 35 overs gone now, 299 for 1.
Pratika Raval with the 100. And strike rate of 100 as well, as India are on 299 for 1. Richa goes straight down the ground. Starts this over with a boundary.
Ireland looking disconsolate, and you can understand why, as that boundary takes India past the 300 mark in the 36th over. Richa Ghosh, well, she's able to take her from right under her eyes, lift it straight back over the bowler's head, and despite the two fielders being back, they can't cut that off.
Quick single for Richa Ghosh, and that brings Pratika Rawal on strike. And what an innings it's been from her. Proud moment, first 100, international. Absolutely brilliant. She's been building up to this moment. 350s. And adding a century to that tally. She's just continuing on her merry way as well.
How often do you see it pass the milestone and then open up the shoulders? That's what Pratika Rawal has done there with that shot over extra cover. So early in her career, are we seeing the start of a very, very long career for one of the best in Indian cricket? Certainly one of the best this series.
There's been no respite for the Irish bowlers. They had a 233-run opening partnership, picked up a wicket, and then you see Richa Ghosh walk in. She's already raced to 45.
It was almost under the radar for the first 70 or 80 of her innings. Pratika Rawal, we're so used to the shots that she's been playing through the innings. So beautiful through the offside, innovative down the leg side.
It's up in the air. Can she get under it? No, she cannot. Miscue from Richa Ghosh saves her.
Yeah, like most times she's trying to muscle that ball again. But not enough pace offered by Sargent. She's well aware of the fact that if there's enough time for her to get underneath that bounce, she'll go down the ground. That's Richa Ghosh. But just holding herself back. Very interesting. That's one of the learnings for Freya Sargent on this tour.
Difficult shot. Eva Canning isn't able to hold on to that one. Goes over her for a maximum. 18 runs coming off that over 317 for one.
What a batting performance this has been from the two openers. We've seen one get to 100. It was the turn of the other one, Pratika Rawal. The way she started, the way she's announced her arrival at the international stage, from where she continued, this has been so impressive. With each outing, her performance has been getting stronger, bolder and rewarding. Maiden 100 for Pratika Rawal.
And what's clear to see is just how strong she is in every department. Unusual for such a young player in the international scene. Makes it difficult to bowl to her. So comfortable when she's out in the middle and when she's in front of the interviewers. Feels like she was born to be here.
On debut, scored 40, then 76 and 18 in that series against the West Indies, and then has started 2025 extremely well. 89, 67, now batting on 111.
There's just nobody quite like Richa Ghosh. And looks so elegant. And then
Yeah, the 9th maximum at the Indian innings came from the bat of Pratika Rawal after getting to 100. Rather than coming down the track, this time staying back.
She's alert there now at short third. She knows the ball has been following that field.
And just back to that 6, it was interesting. Freya Sargent actually bowled from, I think her back foot was about a yard behind the back line, so she was hoping for a miscue. Almost a plan that paid off, because it only just went over Canning's head down at long on. It's a good thinking bowling from her, even if it didn't pay off.
Yeah, Ava Canning was at long on for that 6 that Pratika Rawal hit. Tall fielder as well. It was a couple of yards inside the line. You can see how far in she is. Had she been on that boundary line, could have been touch and go.
Yeah, I think the key was just how far she had to move to her right. It can be really difficult with the curve to actually manage that if you're going right or left.
Takes it leg side, first run, always quick from Pratika Rawal, and they come back for the second as well. That's been a feature of Pratika Rawal's running between the wickets.
400 runs in 6 innings. First 6 innings in international cricket, 400 runs and growing for Pratika Rawal. No one in international cricket, men or women, has reached this figure. 403 runs for Pratika Rawal. 350s and 100 so far.
हेलो सभी अपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो जल्दी
She's
से
learning
जल्दी
from her
सब्सक्राइब
captain
करो
almost the
भैया
exact same
जो भी लाइव देख रहे हैं
conversion
चैनल को
rate.
सब्सक्राइब करो
It's, what is it, 30, 50s and 1100s for Smriti Mandana.
all live
30 and
watching my
10.
video
So,
please
3 and
subscribe
1.
now channel subscribe now
And
channel
that's a good strike
please,
rate there in
please,
terms
please.
of how you go in a series.
I
89.
request for you please subscribe channel
Single. And the
राहुल
over,
वैष्णव
tidy over
जिन्होंने
at
हाई
that,
किया है
321
कृपया
for 1.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें जिससे आगामी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग वीडियो आपको मिलते रहे धन्यवाद
बाबू भैया किसका चक्कर है
Gabby Lewis has had to go around the park. Pendergast, the only successful wicket taker so far in this innings. Georgina Dempsey was impressive, good economy rate. 7 overs, just 45 runs conceded. She was at the stumps. Unfortunately, no success. Laura Delaney to bowl her fourth.
I think she'll be happy to bowl now. Smriti Mandana's out. I'm sure there are plenty of bowlers who are happy to bowl when Smriti Mandana's out, but the left-hander, I think, was for someone who's trying to get their rhythm back. Maybe just bowling to 2 right-handers might be a little bit easier. She tends to bowl tighter to the stumps to right-handers as well, just getting the ball to tail in.
Goes over the top. Oh, mid off there. Georgina Dempsey with that effort. They come back for a couple.
There have been a few chances that have gone down, but there have been a few which should have been absolutely applauded for the kind of an effort that they put around. She's bowling as well in the mid-off region. She'll know that she should have taken that catch, but there wasn't a hesitation.
Also, all of a sudden, some mistiming here from Pratika Rawal, which we're not used to seeing, but Georgina Dempsey just going sideways a little bit too much, didn't judge the depth. She almost ran past it here. She's still moving to her right when the ball's in front of her. not a position she usually fields in. That can't be overstated because mid-off and mid-on, actually quite specialised positions because of the movement you have to make towards the ball for those kinds of chances. But you know, she'll be disappointed having a look at that. Change of the fields for Richard Ghosh. Cover comes in. She'll have the 2 straights out, mid-wicket and square as well. So the option, if she chooses, for Richard Ghosh is over the covers.
Cuts through the offside and gets to her 50. Fifth 50 for Richa Ghosh. And what an innings it's been. Promoted up the order, batting at number 3. And striking at 137. Absolutely incredible.
I think what's been key as well, she hasn't had to try too hard to innovate. It's just been power, anything that's been there to pounce on. Like that wider delivery with the field up on the offside. She's helped herself.
At times it feels like the bowlers want to keep it away from her strength, away from her hitting arc, which is on the leg side, but you do have the fielders set for it as well.
Yeah, why put those fielders out if you're going to bowl full and outside off? Make her innovate. If you put cover out, bowl wide outside off, and make her do some of those funky shots.
And again, this time to the other side of cover. 2 boundaries in that over, 332 for 1 India.
Just fodder really for Richard Ghosh. Nice length, bit of width, field all up. You just gotta miss them, and miss them she does. Nice gentle pace as well.
A change in bowling. Arlene Kelly comes in. The last ball of the previous over, full in length, and Richa Ghosh was ready for it. Got that offside ring. And once you beat the inner ring, it's gonna run away. It's been a lightning fast outfield here at Rajkot. Goes over extra cover. Pratika Rawal. She's looked to accelerate a little more here, Pratika Rawal, after her century.
Yeah, 100 from 100 balls. She's added 18 in the next 10. You just have to feel for Arlene Kelly. It's never nice taking the ball after a boundary's been hit off the final. Delivery of the last, that's how she's gone about things. It's been a really well measured innings.
Timing of Richa Ghosh. Over extra cover and another 4. 10 now already.
Very impressive batting this, Richa Ghosh. Well aware of the fact that the ball might just be in the line of the wicket, and picking up the idea of what the bowler is trying to protect to where you can get a boundary or a maximum. 100 partnership comes up as well. They bowled well in patches. They bowled to a line and length or to the field that they've set in. It's very difficult to restrict the scoring at this venue, and especially when you've had a opening stand of a 233. It's very difficult for the bowlers.
Full and straight from Arlene Kelly does the trick. Richa Ghosh looking to whip that to the leg side, but her stumps are rattled. Wicket number 2 for Ireland.
It's nice to give the Irish fans something to cheer. A wry smile from Arlene Kelly, but full, straight, a little bit slower. Richa Ghosh is looking to get on with things as she so often does. Just plays inside the line. And she's trying to play too correctly. Stick to your strengths. And big cheer from Orla Prendergast. Arlene Kelly so often incisive for Ireland. Gets the second wicket, that of the dangerous Richa Ghosh, goes for 59. India 337 for 2.
Some moments to celebrate with that second wicket to see the back of Richa Ghosh. It's a good atmosphere here at the Niranjan Shah Stadium in Rajkot. Tejal Hasabnis, new batter in for India. First ODI 53 not out, second ODI 2 not out, yet to be dismissed in this series, Tejal. Can Ireland get a couple more here? Good first delivery.
Good plan as well, nice and full. Don't let them get the elevation. There have been so many sixes today, which just tells you that maybe the length not right. Especially when India looking to score boundaries in the sixes. The full length right under the eyes, especially pace off from Arlene Kelly, showing that she's maybe found a way to restrict runs.
Another full and straight delivery to end the over. Successful one. 337 for 2. You're an India fan, that batting card will put a smile on your face. Both openers getting past 100, getting to that 3-figure mark. Richa Ghosh versus 59. With 11 overs to go, India have 337 on the board. Another 4, and a great way to start this over.
The percentage of boundaries hit in that region all day today have been probably a lot more than the other parts of the ground. The Irish bowlers have looked to bowl straight at the stump, sometimes with a cross seam, sometimes with a change of pace, but they've persisted with that field of a mid-off or sometimes even a mid-on fielder inside the ring.
And I personally think for Pratika, with the way she's got such an open face, if you're a seamer, you should have almost a straight extra cover out, because she can't get the ball straighter with those hands unless she brings the bottom hand through, which she does against spin.
This time leg side, back-to-back 4s to start the over.
And this is good improvisation. Well aware of what the field is, how the line might change from the bowler. The confidence of 100, that also maiden one for Pratika Rawal is there, and it's good to see that she's not really throwing her bat at everything after having reached a landmark figure, a milestone. She's gone back to focusing again, start again, play to the merit of the ball.
And I think as well it shows just maybe a bit of fatigue from Ireland, the captaincy, the bowler even, because Laura Delaney keeps on setting fields and then not bowling to them, which is really uncharacteristic for her. She's got cover and long off out and then bowled straight on leg stump.
Finds the fielder this time.
He got to be absolutely spot on, and Laura Delaney in the previous dismissal was just there. Arlene Kelly, that is, sorry. But what was Richard trying to focus on? It was a straight ball which he missed. Someone who's got a half century, you don't expect that. Playing with a straight bat, that also.
Picks that up leg side, a bit of work to do, and comes around well. Orla Prendergast, a brilliant fielder.
Yeah, brilliant fielder, but still can't stop the two, which is amazing considering Pratika Rao has been out since the beginning. But that's better from Laura Delaney. She's bowling to her field. She's defending the front half. She's got mid-wicket long on, long off and cover out. So she cannot get too straight. When you have that field that you can see on your screen, you have to bowl very full. Does mean that perhaps you can get ramped, but well, it's much better. Good length as well.
We've seen Pratika Rao very good off the back foot as well, and she's able to convert just marginally short deliveries. We saw her drop that back knee down to create the angle for that second boundary in the over. Good use of the wrists there. Good cover up from deep mid-wicket. 40 overs done and dusted, 349 for 2. Some tall skyscrapers in this innings. The batters have done extremely well. A tough day at the office for Ireland so far, and India has been absolutely brilliant. Tejal Hasabnis off the mark with that single. But this is what these two teams are playing for, the IDFC First Bank India Women versus Ireland Women ODI series. The glittering trophy. India has already sealed the series with a 2-0 lead. .370 in the previous game in their 50 overs here. India already see themselves at 352 the first time. They've gotten to 350 back-to-back occasions.
When you talk about last year for India and in particular Smriti Mandana's performance, but it feels like this is the year that there's a one-day international World Cup in India, and well, Smriti Mandana and the rest of the team have their eyes firmly set on that tournament. They certainly started out as they mean to continue.
Any end, had the ball disturbed the furniture, would have been a wicket for Ireland.
Almost too much time for Christina Kulturati. She does well, comes out quickly, and she realises the end that the player who's been in for a long time is running to and changes her mind, but not in a position to throw it. Could have almost turned and underarmed it. And she knows what a big opportunity, what a big miss that is.
Full toss and makes the most of it. Does Pratika Rao.
This is not great bowling. Yes, the runs have been piled up, but you got to still try and stick to your strength. It's a change of pace delivery from Arlene Kelly, and an absolute gift with no protection on the onside for Pratika Rawal.
A single to end that over. 3:59 for two. In a top innings from Pratika Rawal, batting on 138.
It was a special innings. The way she started in the company of Smriti Mandhana, the way she continued even after her captain got dismissed, sticking to her basics, sticking to the strength, getting to a maiden century. Wonderful day, wonderful moment as well. You dream of a debut, and you dream of a half century and a victory for India. Once you've gotten to that, then you dream of 100 as well, in a victory for India. It's going to be one of those days where Pratika Rawal will definitely be pleased about the fact that it was a chanceless 100.
Yeah, it was nice to see her actually having to take a drink of water there. She seems inhuman almost. They've been enjoying it. Brilliant to have the support there.
Opening up those leg side shots now in front of square. Pratika Rawal.
Well, the good thing about this is it's, you know, she's being forced to do something different. So at least, yes, it's 2 runs. At least you can hope for a mistake. That's what this field and the way Laura Delaney's been able to execute that delivery, bowling full and straight. So if you can set a field that you can actually bowl to and try and force the batters who are trying to score boundaries to do something different, you might take a wicket.
Is it a chance? Just dropped short. Georgina Dempsey there at long off.
Again tries to push that ball, trying to get that elevation going. She's just come back after a couple of runs and then a quick one as well, that she tried to push this ball down to the boundary region. Sometimes as a batter you just need to take a step back and realize that you might not have that full energy of clearing the fence. It's always nice to get down to the other end, take a breather before you come back on strike.
Bludgeon down the ground. Delaney does well to get out of the way. And Tejal Hasabnis with her first 4.
Well, you'd often say she should have got something behind this, but this was hit with such power. Laura Delaney. It's almost life flashing before your eyes at that been higher up, but I think this is exactly what you're talking about, Anjum. She's got the strength of just coming into the crease of Sabnas. Why not give her the role for the next over or 2 of scoring the boundaries? And then once you get your energy back, you can start accelerating again with your Pratika Rawal.
Calls for 2 straight away, straight off the bat, but a good decision. Eva Canning getting to that ball quickly and was just on the edge of that circle too.
You have to appreciate the running between the wickets. Pratika Rawal batting on 141. She's been very good and impressive in running between the wickets. But even now, when a partner called for 2, it was just going to be a single, but she rushed quickly for that one.
Over extra cover. Bit of a tease for that fielder. But still pushing those 2s consistently.
Yeah, first signs really when you have a look at Pratika Rawal that she's tiring. She's got her eye on another milestone, so she won't want to let up, but it's probably the first time where she's shown any sign that the 40, almost 2 overs have taken something out of her.
A lot of running for that deep mid-wicket fielder to come around. This time, an easier two to end the over. 42 done, 371 for 2, and it is the highest score for India so far.
भाई प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार चैनल को, आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं कर रहे, 11 जने देख रहे हैं लाइव अभी तक, प्लीज़। आई एम वॉचिंग इन दिस वीडियो, यू कैन सी नाउ। मैं हूँ आपको पूरा नेट पर के बता रहा हूँ, तो कृपया करके सब्सक्राइब कर दो भैया प्लीज़। जब तक ब्रेक है आपको बस कुछ नहीं, एक बटन दबाना है सब्सक्राइब का, सब्सक्राइब कर दो प्लीज़ नाउ।
The last 8 overs now.
अच्छा शॉट यहाँ पर
371. Now this is the highest by the indw ODIs.
तो आप
Earlier on was 370, which was achieved in the last game, and now in successive games. Bettering itself now.
प्रतिका आज
371 with 8 more overs to go.
कमेंट में करिए यार।
Now this is interesting now.
आपका कमेंट में यहाँ पे ऑनलाइन इस पे स्क्रीन पे चालू कर दूंगा।
Attempts who's been comparatively miserly so far.
कमेंट
It's
कर दो
gone for
चालू।
a shade over 6 and over.
डोनेट कर दो आप, यो रूम में आ जाओगे, 12 जने देख रहे हैं, अच्छे हैं। ये चौके छक्के देखो, मैं वीडियो बंद नहीं करूंगा, आप चलता रहूंगा।
Look for 2 and will get
राहुल
it.
मोबाइल दे इधर।
Tejal's also similar kind of player as Richa Ghosh. She likes to play short, she likes to be aggressive,
तो कृपया
she
करके
runs
सब्सक्राइब
hard
कर दो
as
यार।
well. And full
भाई का सपोर्ट
credit
करो यार,
to
ऐसे क्या कर रहे हो आप?
Pratika Rawal, she's running hard.
अभी मैं ऑनलाइन देख रहा हूँ, इसमें आप मोबाइल में आपके साथ, लेकिन कोई
Here to
सब्सक्राइब
the
नहीं कर रहा भैया,
43rd
तो
over,
यार
she's still
एक्चुअली
got
बता रहा
enough
हूँ मैं।
steam to run hard.
प्लीज भाई कर दो यार सब्सक्राइब। I am requesting you।
It's been heartening to see the crowd here at Rajkot over the
रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा
last
हूँ मैं
3
आपसे,
games.
प्लीज सब्सक्राइब करो भैया।
Obviously, when you come to
टीम
Rajkot, you
सब्सक्राइब कोई नहीं किया है,
expect
सब्सक्राइब भैया।
colours.
I requesting for
we've
you,
got.
please subscribe my channel।
Crowd coming in of all ages, all colours. Been such a wonderful experience. And school children as well. It's heartening to see that. But I wonder if we could have got Deepti out to bat. She hasn't
Subscribe
really
करना
so
पड़ेगा
far in
भैया
this
आपको।
series.
थोड़ा
I
बहुत कर दो
mean,
यार।
I know there's a lot of experience we're talking about. But then maybe coming out to bat last few overs.
फिर वीडियो
Tejan
बंद कर
who's had
दूंगा
a good
मैं सच में।
outing so far. Record of
कृपया
50
पहले
already in the
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
series.
भैया।
Probably the team management feels they want to continue with the momentum where Richa left, and the batter that we could think of, as the producer said, Tejal is very similar to Richa. She plays a similar sort of batting,
Dot ball.
and hence she's been sent.
तेजल
But also, if Deepti is going to bat in that batting order, that's the kind of innings you expect from her as well. That's 5 from that over. 376 for 2.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भैया यूट्यूब चैनल, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब नाउ यूट्यूब चैनल। मात्र 7 ओवर हो रहे हैं। यह भी है इंडिया का लेटेस्ट हाईएस्ट स्कोर। अब ओवर के लिए आ चुके हैं सरजंट। इसे वाट आप बॉलिंग की है, इसमें बहुत ही मज़ा आया बॉलिंग में। तो आप अभी चैनल को लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो यार।
Well, looking at the innings timer,
Please.
Ireland's 9 minutes behind.
विशाल ने पूछा कि भैया आप कहाँ से हो? मैं राजस्थान से हूँ भैया।
It's difficult to make up those 9 minutes.
बस आप सब्सक्राइब नहीं कर रहे विशाल मौर्य
With 7
भाई।
more overs to go. 376 for 2 India.
मैं रिप्लाई दूंगा आपको।
You're a
आपका
harsh
मैं
man, Deepdas
सब्सक्राइब कर दो
Gupta.
प्लीज यार।
Have been made to work very
अच्छा, कर
hard.
दिया विशाल मौर्य ने।
Ireland.
Thank you,
The
brother.
44th over. And India have amassed
Thank you, thank you.
376 for 2. They will take some time.
विशाल मौर्य भाई ने सब्सक्राइब कर दिया है और अनदर बच्चे हैं जो मेरा भाई है, कृपया
Finds
सपोर्ट
the
करें।
fielder in the deep.
छोटा भाई समझ कर सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार।
And also that they have just one spinner. Usually with 2 or 3 spinners you
आप
can
कहाँ से हो
always make
विशाल
up
मौर्य
the
भाई?
over rate. But with having just one spinner in
विशाल
your
मौर्य।
7 bowlers, so difficult for the
झारखंड,
captain.
झारखंड, उत्तराखंड, झारखंड,
Another
सॉरी
aerial shot. Very well placed again.
झारखंड में कहाँ हो भैया?
Moves on to 149 now, Pratika.
She's definitely shifted gears once she got to 100. She was full of poise, she was full of polish until she got to the 100. But once she got past the 100 mark, she's brought in the element of power into her game. She's looking to creep the ball to all parts of the ground, and that's a good hit. Straight down the ground.
Yo,
150 comes up for Pratika.
Near Tata Steel. Okay, brother.
A first ODI 100, and she's turning it into a big one.
150 in 127. Pratika Rawal with 19 hits to the boundary and 1 6. She definitely has converted 100 into a 150. This is an opportunity she had.
भाई कमेंट में बताओ यार कैसा दिख रहा है आपको व्यू?
Yeah, the fitness levels and that hunger. She wants more. There's no two ways about it. She's worked hard
आप
to
जो
get to
कमेंट करेंगे वो आपको
150.
स्क्रीन में दिख जाएगा लाइव स्ट्रीम में।
As psychology student, she'll know the phrase mind over matter.
ऑफिस शॉर्ट फॉर्म में क्या कहते हैं भैया? मैं अभी नया यूट्यूबर बंदा हूँ, मुझे पता नहीं ऑफिस का फुल फॉर्म क्या होता है।
Yeah, as long as she's not mentally
विशाल मौर्य
tired.
भाई और इसी के साथ चौका लगा दिया है 150 के बाद प्रतिका ने।
The 50 partnership now comes up
थैंक यू।
of just 31 balls. And making it look very easy now, Pratika.
प्रतिका ने लगा दिया है 4।
Doesn't look like
इस
she's
ओवर का
tired.
दूसरा
She
चौका
can
लगा
bat
दिया
all day
है
long
यहाँ
with
पर।
the sort of temperament that she has.
आप क्या करते हो विशाल मौर्य भाई?
Stepped a little bit too early, but did
14
well
में
to
से एक
manage
चैनल
then.
सब्सक्राइब किया भाई, सब्सक्राइब
Priya
कर दो
saw her
यार
coming
please.
out,
I
pushed it a
request for
little
you.
towards the leg side.
What a shot, beautiful shot
It's chipped
है
up in the
सीधा
air.
हाथों में
And takes it
और
nicely.
इनिंग कर दी है यहाँ पर खत्म।
Dempsey's the catcher,
Next month I am
makes
coming
no
Rajasthan
mistake. And what a fabulous
function,
innings
कौन से फंक्शन में आ रहे हो
from
भैया?
Pritika
बताओ मुझे,
Rawal
राजस्थान
comes
में
to
कहाँ
an
पे आ रहे हो?
end. An absolutely magnificent one.
It is always going to be a difficult proposition to clear the rope against the turn,
कहाँ पर आ रहे
and
हो
that's
विशाल
exactly
मौर्य
what
भाई?
happened. She got a bit of height, but not enough distance, despite the fact that she's been playing for a long time now. Tedium
स्ट्रीमिंग को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा
obviously
लाइक करो, कमेंट
got
करो
into
जिससे
that
क्या
shot
वो
as well.
ज़्यादा वायरल हो जाए स्ट्रीमिंग प्लीज भाई।
Holding out to long off, playing against the turn.
इन पोजीशन में ओके ब्रदर कहाँ
Did
पर है
make enough
राजस्थान में
room
कौन
for
सी जगह है
herself,
आपके?
but the distance was not forthcoming. End of a fabulous innings.
क्योंकि राजस्थान बहुत बड़ा है
from
क्षेत्रफल के आधार
the
पर है,
opener.
इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा
Pratika Rawal, 154. She's dismissed
तो
for.
आप
India
कहाँ पर
lose the
आओगे
third
विशाल
wicket on
मौर्य?
387.
अच्छा सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं मेरे विशाल मौर्य भाई, कमेंट कर रहे हैं, सब्सक्राइब कर दिया है। इनके अलावा किसी ने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है। और इसी के बाद अच्छी राहुल ने पारी खेली है उदयपुर। ओके ब्रदर, मैं भी उदयपुर से ही हूँ, लेक सिटी और राजस्थान उदयपुर बहुत अच्छे की घूमने की जगह है उदयपुर में। आप शादी के बाद वहाँ घूमे अलग अलग जगहों पर, बहुत मज़ा आने वाला है आपको उदयपुर में।
Halene's the new batter.
सिंगल है तेजल द्वारा।
Oh, Tejal wants a couple here and would get it.
वाओ 2 रन ले लिए.
A little surprised to see Hurlin
अच्छा
out.
चुराया रन.
I thought the team management
Hurlin
wants to give
Dion.
some game time to some of the
Hurlin
others,
Dion
couple
आए
of
हैं. इन्होंने
new
भी अपना
players,
एक शतक लगाई जो
or rather
मैच में लगाई
playing
थी
for the
इन्होंने.
first time.
अच्छी पारी खेली थी
Menu's playing
हरलीन
for the
दियोन
first
ने.
time.
आई विल कम उदयपुर.
Tanuja's playing for
थर्ड
the
टाइम.
first time.
ओके ब्रदर.
It's Hurlin.
उदयपुर में भी कोई पर्टिकुलर जगह पे आए हो.
She's
तो
also
भी
had a really good series with the bat. Hurlin batting at 3, her new position.
उदयपुर में कोई सी जगह हो, उदयपुर, सूरजपोल, सैलियों की बाड़ी.
But what an innings from Pratika, 154 of just 129.
पिछोला झील बहुत अच्छे जगह घूमने की है
Trying
उदयपुर
to play
में.
that big shot over extra cover against the
क्योंकि
turn
हार्दिक
of
पांड्या ने परिणीति
Priya
चोपड़ा ने
Sargent.
उदयपुर में शादी की है.
very well judged catch in the end. An innings that she'll remember for a very long time, and so will most of us.
विशाल मोरिया भाई.
Also, Tanuja
भाई
Kanwar is a
दूसरे
left
11 जने
back,
देख रहे हैं,
so
14 जने
it
देख
would
रहे हैं,
have
जितने भी
been
देख रहे हैं,
ideal
प्लीज
way
एक
of
बार
getting
कमेंट
her
कर
in,
दीजिए
test
आप
her
कहाँ
if
कहाँ से
she's
देख रहे हो,
capable
मुझे
of
पता चले
batting.
भैया प्लीज.
And the lefty-righty combo
रिक्वेस्ट मानो
again.
मेरी, कुछ भी मानो, एक बार
in
आप
effect
प्लीज बता दो
the
कहाँ से
Irish
देख रहे हो
bowlers.
आप.
Of course, yes, Deepti Sharma is
सभी भाइयों से निवेदन है कि एक बार कमेंट में
another
अपना
player
स्टेट का नाम
who
बता
needs an
दीजिए
outing.
प्लीज. आपको
It's a
बताने के लिए
cracking
मैंने
shot. Good cricket
5
all
GB का
around.
भी रिचार्ज किया है आपके दिखाने के लिए इसमें. तो कृपया करके एक काम तो कर ही सकते हो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार. अभी तक एक भैया ने सब्सक्राइब किया है,
Just her
विशाल
6th
मौर्य.
innings in ODIs. Pratika
Hello,
Rawal
brother.
gets to a maiden 100.
नहीं मोबाइल ना
That look on the coach's face says it all.
नियर प्रताप नगर माई होम. ओके ब्रदर, अगली बार आप आओगे, इस बार नहीं, अगली बार आओगे तो मैं आपसे
Bit of
जरूर
bat.
मिलूंगा विशाल मौर्य से.
So let's see if Tejal there.
She was looking to make use
ये
of the
मेरा भाई
huge
है,
gap available
देख
behind
सकते हो,
Squire on
ये
the
भी नया नहीं है,
onside,
लेकिन आपका
moving
स्कोर
across
बढ़िया
the
है.
stumps.
अभी
The
तक नया
idea
नहीं,
was
कपड़े धो रहा है
right.
मेरे,
The
क्या आप
length was
स्ट्रीमिंग
too
करो,
full on
मैं
that
स्ट्रीमिंग कर रहा
occasion.
हूँ, उसमें दिख रहा है नहीं. चलो
A deep mid wicket, a
अभी
deep
चार्जर
spoiling,
खत्म
and
हो
a
गया
long
है.
on.
दोनों
Might
मोबाइल
wanna
में तो एक चार्जर लगा
look
देता
at
हूँ
the
इसमें, जिसमें
offside
आप
field with
कमेंट
mid off and extra cover
देन
inside
वो
the
विल बी
circle.
मेट. ओके ब्रदर, आप क्या करते
A
हो
good
मोरिया
over
भाई?
this.
विशाल भाई क्या
Prendergast
करते
just
हो
5
आप?
runs from it, 392 for 3.
विशाल भाई आप करते क्या हो अभी प्रेजेंट टाइम, वो बता दीजिए आप. कॉलेज स्टूडेंट विच स्ट्रीम ब्रदर?
Centuries from both the
कॉलेज
openers.
किस कॉलेज में हो, कौन सी स्ट्रीम में हो
154 for
आप?
Pratika, 135 for Smriti. Richa promoted to bat number 3.
Bro,
She's got a half century as well.
which
Another
stream
top batting effort from the
student
Indians.
of college?
5 more overs to go, 392 for 3. This already is the highest in WODIs for India.
आप कमेंट कर रहे हो, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ आप तो बस कॉपी पेस्ट करते जाओ. इस भुवनेश्वर
Tejal out there.
ITER बी
On
बेस
strike, batting on 18.
यार मैंने सुना नहीं प्लीज.
But attempts to bowl a ninth.
जैसे IIT होता है, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी.
That's a strength down the ground.
क्या होता है?
And a powerful looking shot. It starts the over with a boundary.
दिख रहा है, आपको भी दिखता होगा कमेंट लिस्ट से ऊपर और इस पे दिख रहा
That
है.
was taken on the up and clapped down the ground.
वीडियो स्क्रीन पे दिखता होगा आपका कमेंट जो आप कर
The
रहे हैं.
mid-off was inside the
वीडियो स्क्रीन पे दिख
circle
रहा है.
and it was wide as well. She found the gap perfectly. Tejal,
ITR कॉलेज में.
nice flourish,
College
good
में.
flow of the bat and powerfully
नहीं,
struck
स्क्रीन
too.
बायो मतलब ऐसे होती ना, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, कॉमर्स वाले हो,
Change in the
biology
field makes
वाले
more
हो.
sense. Mid off sent back now. A sweeper cover comes inside the circle.
11 जने देख रहे हैं लेकिन सब्सक्राइब कोई नहीं कर रहा ब्रदर.
There's good bowling. Bowling to a field. Fuller, straighter.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई.
I think when
यार,
the plan is
सब्सक्राइब
to
कर दो.
bowl
Science
straight.
stream से ओके ब्रदर. ITER.
tight line. I think it is always better to have the field which is in front on the ropes,
मैं भगवान से
because
उम्मीद
it will
करता हूँ,
protect
उम्मीद क्या
the,
भगवान से
the
प्रार्थना
run
करता
flow
हूँ कि
which the
आपको
batter
जिस
easily
मुकाम पे
can
आप
pick
पहुंचा रहते
or
पहुंचे.
access that part of
विशाल
the
मौर्य
ground.
भाई.
For Hurley in the Mirovs back inside the circle now. It's good bowling from Dempsey.
But तो अभी 400 कितने रन बनेंगे ऊपर आप एक बार साल भाई
kind of lines
बताओ
the
कितने
bowlers
बनने चाहिए
bowl,
कितने
isn't it?
बनेंगे आपके हिसाब
If
से
they got boundary
आपका
riders on the
प्रोजेक्ट
onside, they got to ensure that they don't stray outside the leg stump too much.
प्लीज
At the same time, they cannot provide any kind of room on the
Please tell me
offside,
now.
so it's got to be stump to stump
विशाल भाई
line.
आपका प्रोजेक्ट स्कोर क्या है
Both the openers getting a century for India. Pratika Rao getting to her first century in international cricket.
गर्ल्स में कौन है
She played percentage cricket, played conventional shots, finding the gaps, timing them well,
फेवरेट वुमेन क्रिकेट टीम की कौन है
and
आपकी फेवरेट
playing shots all around the
वुमेन
wicket.
क्रिकेट में और मेंस क्रिकेट में कौन है आपके अराउंड 400 की क्वेश्चन हो रहा है
It is a really good looking battlefield, isn't it?
मैं और वुमेन
What
में
you
आपका
mentioned,
फेवरेट कौन भैया
scores all
क्रिकेट के
around
फैन तो
the ground.
मैं मानता हूँ आपको
Can't get a better
आपके
batting
favorite
field than
कौन है?
that. But inside half of the bat.
She was very calm, wasn't she, Pratika Rao? Because Smriti Mandhana was really going over the top.
अभी
She hit
champion
about
trophy शुरू होने वाली
7
है।
sixes, but she didn't get tempted to catch up with her skipper. She batted the way she knew to bat, and she batted the manner in which she felt she'll be effective.
You can actually see that partnership
Hello?
building between these two. That's a sign of a good
आ
partnership,
रहा
and you
नाके आ रहा है
know
ना?
your game, but
नाके
you
आ रहा
also
है।
know your partner's game. That's nicely placed. 400 comes up for the first time for Indian WODIs. Only being the third team now after Australia and New Zealand to achieve this. 4 overs still to go. India 403 for 3.
ठीक है तो थ्रो में बोले ठीक 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 राहुल लोकेश का फोन आ रहा है पानी पानी ढोल रहे हैं ऊपर पानी ढोल रहे हैं
Yeah, last game 370 was a record in itself. Broke that again here, the third ODI. 403 for 3 with 5 overs to go. What an achievement this. Only the third team to breach the 400 mark in WODIs.
भैया यार ऐसे थे वो
Australia and New Zealand being the other two
मुझे लग रहा है
teams.
विशाल बोरिया आप देख रहे हो या चले गए अभी विशाल बोरिया भाई विशाल भाई ने छोड़ा मैं लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग बंद कर दूंगा
Balls for
क्योंकि
two.
वही एक है जो कमेंट कर रहे हैं इसके अलावा कोई कर नहीं रहा है
A good feeling.
विशाल भाई बॉल आया था
Keeping it down to a
ओके,
single.
ओके ब्रदर
The
मेरे भी
4
ball
run
आया है,
innings
आपके भी
came
ball आया है।
in this fashion. Harleen Deol working the ball nicely
आपके
against Square on the
विशाल भाई से मैं
offside.
क्वेश्चन पूछ
That's
रहा
the
था
shot
कि
of a batter in
आपके
form.
वुमेन्स और मेंस में फेवरेट खिलाड़ी कौन है विशाल भाई
She's played in this number before. And another extra in
विशाल भाई मुझे लगता है
the form for
430 से
bye
ऊपर
now.
बनेंगे 430
Again,
से
looking
ज्यादा
at
बनेंगे
the
यहाँ पे
extras in
420
this game as well. 15
Projected score
wides,
बताया ना?
26 in total.
मेरा है टोटल स्कोर 435
Yes, I'm
क्योंकि
sure
अभी भी
these are
nice ball
things
रही
which
है
can be
और 30
controlled.
तो
I
कम
do
से कम
understand
बनेंगे
the other bits,
जुलन
but
गोस्वामी
the extras given,
जुलन गोस्वामी
misfields
आई
and
थिंक
everything else, something that
संन्यास ले
is
लिया है ना
well
रिटायरमेंट हो गई है
well within control.
जुलन गोस्वामी
But the last few overs, the bowling, even in the last game, was pretty good from the Irish bowlers. Even here, I think they've done really well in the last couple of overs. They've been so much better in the last few overs in terms of bowling to their
सी रिटायर्ड
field.
या ब्रदर
The last over was a good one. This one so
मेंस में
far
आपका फेवरेट कौन है
been pretty
मेंस में
decent as well.
मेंस खिलाड़ी में फेवरेट खिलाड़ी कौन है वाओ क्या शॉट है सीधा
That's in the gap.
एक बार
That's a good shot. Dissecting the feed to perfection, Harleen Deol.
She's a good player of her pads, is Harleen Deol. She was waiting for it. It was in the slot. And there was a huge gap there on the onside for her to exploit. There it was.
My favorite खिलाड़ी
using
है
the
ऋषभ
wrist
पंत and
and
सूर्य
getting
कुमार
the
यादव.
elevation.
Mr. 360
Big
degree.
backlift as well from her on that occasion.
Also does well to get deep inside the crease.
Surya Kumar.
Goes again. Goes
Watching
over
also
mid off this
over.
time.
Yui
That is
the king
very
of
good batting from Herleen.
Master.
Using the depth of the
6
crease and her
Bale
experience batting low
Yuvraj
down the order.
In 6 hits.
I think the previous boundary has given her enough confidence to go over mid-off. And the line
England
also, Orla
in
Pendergast
World
tried to
T20
hold the offside line
Yeah,
through.
T20 World.
It was such a good looking
My
shot
English is
through the
very
line.
poor,
Herleen
but
Diol
I tried.
gets a boundary.
I speak English because
Mid-off's inside the circle still.
I will be share next streaming in future.
Goes across, but this time we'll find the fielder. Now 12 runs from that over. 3 more overs to go.
आप ही
415
एक
for 3
जने को
India.
9 जने देख रहे हैं. या ब्रदर या क्या बोलते हैं प्रैक्टिस मेक बी परफेक्ट मैन. प्रैक्टिस करता रहूँगा ऐसे ही टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश बोलता रहूँगा. क्या पता एक दिन पूरी सीख जाऊँ. पूरा इंग्लिश से इंट्रोडक्शन एंड माई क्या बोलते हैं कमेंटेटरी मैं खुद करूँगा अगले मैचों में. इट विल टेक टाइम ब्रदर टू विल लर्न. या ब्रदर आप कौन से ईयर में हो कॉलेज में? यूजी पीजी पीएचडी क्या चल रही है आपके मोजे भाई?
Jemima getting ready. 3 more overs to go. 18 deliveries. Attempts to bowl her last.
Wow, what a shot!
Straight down the throat and taken.
First year, oh brother.
A good catch. Prendergast the fielder. Judged it well.
बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया. आपको हिंदी समझ
Herleen Diol had to go for it. Went for it at the cost of a wicket.
That's what happens when you keep a tight line.
Herleen
You
Diol
go
out
to your
of the
field.
field.
You're forcing the batter
अब
to
आएगी-
convert certain shots, and at
Herleen
this
नहीं,
stage of
sorry,
the
sorry,
time,
sorry.
Herleen Diol trying to amp the run rate.
Herleen Diol ही तो out
This
हुई
time
है.
he'll choose it.
सही.
The deep mid wicket for 15.
अब कौन
India
आएगा?
loses
I
their
think,
fourth for 415.
Mila Rodriguez. कैमरा सही नहीं आ रहा क्या? अभी देखते हैं. सेम ट्रेस ऐसे. You can see now out of the stadium ball. अब चाहिए 6/6. जेमिमा रोड्रिगस आ चुकी हैं यहाँ पर नई प्लेयर. ये बहुत ही एटीट्यूड खिलाड़ी है, बहुत ही अच्छी खिलाड़ी है. वेरी परफेक्ट नेचुरल शॉट इसके अच्छे आते हैं. जेमिमा रोड्रिगस ये WPL में दिल्ली टीम से खेलती है.
Jemima, the new batter. Well bowled again.
अच्छा
Very
control
full,
किया है, but
very straight.
मैं सोचता हूँ कि अब लास्ट ओवरों में ज़्यादा वो
Average is
क्या
almost
बोलते
13
हैं,
ODI
सम्मान देने की
cricket.
जरूरत नहीं है.
Now,
सीधा
that
बॉल
100
स्टैंड
in
में
the
जाना
last
चाहिए.
game,
जेमिमा रोड्रिगस
made
मेरी
an
आवाज़ सुन
ODI
तो रही है,
100.
मुझे पता है. सब्सक्राइब किसी ने नहीं किया भाई. मेरा मुंह दुखने लग गया लेकिन कोई नहीं करने वाला. ओके ब्रदर, माय लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग.
Jemima gets
This
off the
is my
mark, and
last
the Indians have been looking to press on the pedal here and lost a few wickets.
And don't like me, okay? I
The last
announced
wicket to fall was Herleen
this is my
Diol,
live streaming.
and this is how she was dismissed, dragging it from
आठ
around the
people
off
देख
stump,
रहे हैं, लेकिन
not
like
getting the
अभी
distance,
नहीं, जिसमें से
and
दो
Prendergast
टीमों
takes
से
a
लेकर
well-judged
चुके,
catch.
5-6 ने अभी तक लाइक नहीं किया भाई.
Island bowling has looked
आपसे
good
निवेदन
towards the
है,
end of the
stream को
innings
like
in
करो.
all these games,
9 जने 1 जने और जुड़ चुके हैं यहाँ पर.
because they have been successful in picking up wickets. There's a chance now.
क्या रन आउट
It looks like the batters have made it safely.
Look quite lazy there from Tejal. I won't be surprised if third umpire might want to have a look at that. A little bit of hesitation. No, easily made it in the end.
भैया लाइक कर दो यार. मेरे पास खाने के पैसे नहीं है. आटा पर जरूर है लेकिन खाने को पैसे
Yeah, but
नहीं.
then she kind of almost break too early.
Please make some noise for Thayer.
Been a good over so far, just 3 singles.
विशाल मौर्य is gentle here.
Keeping it simple.
Because-
It's wicket to wicket, straight, long off, long on.
कमेंट किए, सारे कमेंट इनके हैं, एक दो को छोड़ के सारे कमेंट इनके हैं.
Forcing the batters to play in
विशाल
those
मौर्य.
areas.
Thank you brother, keep it up.
Now well bowled.
क्या जड़ में
Top
बॉलिंग
over
है.
to finish a spell from Dempsey. 1 for 65 in our 10. 419 for India with 2 more overs to go.
No, Vishal Murya. You are super bro. You are genius. Please make some noise for Vishal Murya. You are my small brother. But आज आपको बड़े भाई की जरूरत है. आपकी मेरे को जरूरत है. आप मेरे सपोर्ट करें, सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें और शेयर करें अपने दोस्तों के साथ. अपना दोस्त मान के अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें.
That's not good news for Ireland. With 2 more overs to go. The confirmation from Akshay Totre, the umpire,
अभी आप मानोगे नहीं, मैंने
because of late over rate, or slow over rate rather. Ireland would have to keep an extra fielder inside the circle now. Now only 3 fielders allowed outside.
कमेंट करो भाई. ये यार क्या
Oh, soft dismissal, extremely soft dismissal.
Jemima is gone. क्या उल्टे-पुल्टे बता रहे.
Thundercars taking out the pace, bowling into the pitch.
Out of the stadium.
They should look at the jet with some power there, unable to do so because of the lack of pace. Results in a simple and straightforward catch to the field with point. She's disappointed.
अच्छे से
She's played a good hand here as stage 28 of 25. 419 for 5 India.
बच्चे खेलते हैं क्रिकेट, और आजकल के बच्चे खेलते कम हैं, देखते जा रहे हैं. लीग से सुन लो. अब हमारे बच्चे जा रहे हैं यहाँ पर लाली पाउडर लगा के लड़कियों को ताड़ रहे, कॉलेज में जा रहे हैं. पूरा नाम में क्या रखा है. 10 भाई लाइव देख रहे हैं. मेरा हाईएस्ट अभी 17 लाइव आ चुके थे, लेकिन भाई कोई सब्सक्राइब नहीं कर रहा है. दिस इज़ माई लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग. आई अनाउंस टुडे. आज लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग करूँगा, इसके बाद स्ट्रीमिंग नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि आप कोई लाइव
Aditi Sharma, the new batter.
यार ये गलत बात है यार.
112 50s. Has the ability to bat anywhere up and down the order.
I'm special thank for
There are 11 more deliveries to go in this innings. Come around the wicket.
He gave me Wi-Fi.
Oh, couple of runs.
आज का पूरा मेरा स्पॉन्सर है राहुल.
That's extremely ordinary.
क्या है लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग पूरे 11 रुपए दिए मेरे को.
No cover up behind the wicket keeper for the throw. An extra run.
5 GB का मेरा बैलेंस कर दिया.
Ireland
उनके वाईफाई और वाईफाई भी उन्हीं का
definitely
चला रहा
are
हूँ.
in terms
तो
of
5 GB
over
मेरे
rate
पास
far
extra
behind.
है. तो ऐसे में बमासाओं को
This
दिल
is
से
a
धन्यवाद
dismissal
कहना
of
चाहता हूँ.
Tejal. She was expecting
राहुल
pace.
देखो, पूरा
The
over
ball.
विशाल मौर्य ने जो प्रेडिक्शन
Ireland
किया
would
था
have done
उनसे
better
2
with
रन ज़्यादा बन चुके हैं.
15
मेरा
wides.
प्रेडिक्शन था
That
कि
is equivalent to
435
almost
बने. क्या अभी
2.3
9 बॉल में
overs.
13 रन बन
And
सकते
they
हैं.
are 2 overs short of the over
Deepti
rate.
and Jemima, you can do it.
We can see there is a lot of improvement when it comes to the batting department from the first ODI to the second, but can't really talk about the bowling improvement. This just seemed to be going through a motion from the first game to the third game today. We've not really seen much of difference.
Bowling on both sides of the wicket happens at times, but the number of wides that they bowled, I think, is what is going to really hurt them, because that's something which is within their control. In the last 34 deliveries, this is what has happened. 3 wickets have fallen and 46 runs have been scored. 2.5 of extra overs bowled so far.
Wow, beautiful 4 runs and the Team India
And the
got
fielding as well. A lot to be desired
27
from.
on
They were
5 wickets
extremely good in the first game,
in
but
hand
post that,
and gone for
the
5
levels,
wickets.
they've allowed the levels to drop.
I think when it comes to fielding, it is also important the fitness level. They are a young side, but since they don't play too much of ODIs, you know, you got to be there for 50 overs,
Good try
field
by
50 overs, and
Ireland
play a lot of these
Beautiful
games
run.
in a span of 2 or 3 days. I'm sure it will come, the more they play 50 over format, the better they will get with their endurance on the field.
4 to 8 for 5.
You can see this is a warrior diagram. Please, Chairman.
Last 6 deliveries of this innings. Another record-breaking innings in WODIs for India. 428 is the score right now. Loss of 5 wickets. Chamiman Deepthi out there, and now with Deepthi on strike, getting an opportunity to bat for the first time this series. It's going to be Kelly, Arlene Kelly, to bowl the last 6. Quite interesting, again, mid-offs inside the circle with 3 boundary riders on the onside. That's all they can afford. Oh, that's missing leg.
मैंने बोला था 435 रन बनेंगे, 429 हो गए, 5 बॉल बाकी है.
I think the last 2 games, even in today's innings, Ireland have shown better bowling in the last few overs. Maybe because they get wickets, they come back, but then one has to understand the length differs from the first 10 overs to the middle overs and then the death overs.
The thing is, they're not looked to get wickets at the start of the innings. They bowled with a defensive feel, and that is not going to really help them either.
First over started with cross seam. That says a lot. Your number 1 bowler, one of the top bowlers in world cricket, Prendergast, comes in and bowls cross seam the first over. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, one of the best ways to contain an opposition is to try and take wickets. And that didn't look like the strategy when they walked out. They had 5-4, no slip in place. And this is something that we discussed at the start of the innings as well. And that's really made them pay the penalty here.
I guess the inexperience, that's kind of shown through. Only 2 players above the age of 30. Predominantly everyone in the early 20s, couple of them in late teens. It's up in the air, but in the gap, a fall shot.
It's going back to that point about having slip first up. Even if they were to have slips in place, they might not have ended up picking wickets. But it's all about starting an innings with the right approach. Results come much later.
Yes, that's where the support staff, the coaching groups,
I definitely cleared it.
gets into the picture. Down the ground, to end of the bat, and get a couple of runs.
मैंने विशाल मौर्य आपको बोला था 435 रन बनेंगे, आपको स्कोर दिख नहीं रहा
I
होगा
think
ना?
the first 2 overs or 3 overs, especially the first over of an inning, sets the tone. As a batter, when you walk in, when you see the field set, you know whether it is for wickets, are they trying to bowl for a wicket, are they aggressive, or they are being defensive.
434 हो चुके हैं ब्रदर.
Last ball of the innings. Straight to the fielder. Jimmy wanted to, but sent back, and rightly so.
I am true cricket fan.
So after 50 overs, India finish at 435 for 5. The fourth highest total ever and highest in WODIs for India. That's the headliner for you. Pratika got a first 100, not just 100, it's a big one, 150 plus. Yeah, another tough day for the Irish bowlers and the fielders as well. They've been made to toil. Winning the toss, India electing to bat first. Was a different approach from ball one from the Indian openers, especially from Smriti.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, 435. That's quite a bit.
विशाल वोरिया एक बार बाय करके चले जाओ यार. You are gentleman, man. You are genius.
I got Pratika here with us. Pratika, well played. Maiden ODI 100. Talk us through that innings and the feelings.
Nothing. I was just going ball by ball. I was not thinking much. I mean, in terms of how much I have to score and what all shots I have to play. I was just taking step by step. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, but obviously when you were in your 90s, it seemed like you just wanted to kind of take singles and just get there. Is that a fair assessment?
That's true. I was